Hello and welcome to RTV News. It's Friday. Hello and welcome to RTV News. It's Friday, 8th November 2024, and I am pleased to bring you this final edition of our news program for this week, airing live from Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. on Redeemer Television, Channel 25, and also streaming live on our Facebook page, Redeemer Television. RTV News is your source for news, views, comments, analysis, and other issues happening both in Sierra Leone and beyond. I am your presenter, Daniel S. Misali. Coming up in today's program are top stories for the week. The second annual advocacy conference for persons living with disabilities took place on Thursday, November 7, 2024 at the City Hall in Freetown. As well, the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohamed Rahman Soare, addressed critical issues surrounding work permits on a recent radio broadcast. This week, Sierra Leone hosted the impactful Mano River Union network training on amplifying disability inclusion through advocacy youth activism. All these and much more plus music break and Today in History are all lined up for you in this edition of RTV News, so stay tuned. Welcome back. This is RTV News, and you can send us your thoughts via text or WhatsApp to the number 079-716-255, or you can kindly comment on our Facebook page, Redeemer Television. And now let's dive into the first story of the day. On a recent radio broadcast, the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohamed Rahman Soare, has addressed critical issues surrounding work permits. He discussed the ministry's commitment to ensuring that jobs in Sierra Leone are prioritized for Sierra Leoneans, explaining the steps taken to strengthen policies and protect local employment opportunities. Let's hear more of the story. During the interview, Minister Soare outlined the measures his ministry has implemented to regulate the issuance of work permits for foreign nationals. He emphasized that these regulations are designed to ensure that Sierra Leoneans have priority access to employment, particularly in sectors where the local workforce is adequately skilled. He explained that the ministry conducts a thorough vetting process for work permits, requiring companies to justify the need for hiring foreign workers and demonstrate that equivalent skills are unavailable within Sierra Leone. Minister Soare also highlighted recent reforms aiming at tightening work permit requirements. We are committed to safeguarding the interests of Sierra Leonean workers, he said, noting that these policies not only support employment for locals but also foster a stable and thriving workforce for the country. According to Minister Soare, the ministry collaborates closely with other governmental agencies to ensure transparency and accountability in work permit approvals. He also addressed cases of non-compliance by some employers and stressed that the ministry has taken steps to penalize violations. Minister Soare reaffirmed that the ministry will continue to advocate for Sierra Leonean workers while also promoting a fair environment for foreign investments that contribute to the country's economic growth. The minister's statements were met with positive feedback as many Sierra Leoneans welcome efforts to create more job opportunities and reduce employment, prioritizing the local workforce and enforcing strict work permit policies to ensure the ministry aims to foster greater job security and economic stability within Sierra Leone.
Work permit na a protectionist regulation. Yeah, we want for able to protect Sierra Leonean jobs. There are jobs who typically will get the skills, will get the competencies, and people in there will get the experiences for doing jobs. Yeah, so then job then they will keep them for Sierra Leoneans. When you make the work permit fee, we increase. That when they put high tax on cigarettes or alcohol, they call it sin tax, not so. They want for prevent people then from accessing it, from buying it. Yeah. So you say if you want for hire cleaner, you go for pay $1,000 for example. You think twice. Huh? Yes, you go for pay salaries and this and that. So that's one reason. Also, work permit fees they consider a valuable source of income for governments, right? We take over the ministry over a year ago. The highest in the history of the country work permit don't generate now 8 million. Today, I think we don't do about 20 20 billion. About 20 billion now to talk about now. So from the start of time, Salononga independence, this is not the highest we don't get. So we could do better. Why are we not getting more from it? Number one, now because the ministry very short staff. Yeah? All these will get now walk-in customers. I know I go all over the place. Everybody is in here. No documentation, no nothing. Where immigration they work now for digitalize that process there, for work with private sector partners there, for ensure say everybody with the looking at bushy there, we're able to trace and track you. One, we have to protect Sierra Leonean jobs. Number two, we go for raise revenue. Number three, for national security purposes.
For RTV News, Daniel Misali reporting. The second annual advocacy conference for persons living with disabilities took place on Thursday, November 7, 2024 at the City Hall in Freetown. The event brought together advocates, policymakers and community members to discuss key issues and promote inclusive policies for persons with disabilities. Joseph Ansumana reports from the scene.
Mental Health Coalition, Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone Union on Disability Issues, in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education, Second Inclusive Education Conference with the theme, Connecting Systems, Structures and People for Inclusive Learning in Sierra Leone. The Executive Secretary, National Commission for Persons with Disability, Salami Kotekwi, highlighted that among the population, 50% are living with disability.
Among the population, we have 15% that are living with disabilities. And if you add their family members, you end up having more than 25% of the society population. It's a huge number if you calculate it. And if we decide to omit them from the development of our society, we'll have a society that is unbalanced.
Persons with disabilities should be involved in a realistic manner in order to have a balanced society and we will live in peace. Salami Kotekwi reviewed fundamental objectives of the Commission's mandate.
So today we are here to fulfill fundamental objective of the Commission's mandate. That's the education aspect of our lives.
Abdulrahim Saw, barrister and solicitor of the High Court of Sierra Leone and his staff of Parliament of Sierra Leone, Saw encouraged inclusiveness and said that primary stage of discussion is the law.
I will preface my submission on the note that when you talk about inclusivity for persons living with disability, I think the primary point of discussion is the law. There is this thing about discrimination about persons living with disability. In that act, there's a clear provision against discrimination. And there are times when we sit in our corners and say, people with disability are discriminated against. The question is, have we tested the law? Have we tried and tested the law to see how much it protects us as persons with disability? The good news is that some of us who had been fortunate to work with both the judiciary and the legislature and have been given the opportunity by the Commission through the Executive Secretary, on one or two occasions, have represented the Commission in protecting the interests and well-being of persons with disability in court.
Barrister Saw underscores that inclusivity is protection before the law, and Persons with Disability Act of 2011 have played a crucial and is still playing a pivotal role in the development of persons with disability. Joshua Abiose Duncan is the representative from Christian Blind Mission, Sierra Leone, highlighted the vision of the organization.
The vision is basically to protect the human rights and dignity of vulnerable and marginalized people or individuals, and we do focus equally on persons with disability, including those with mental health and psychosocial disability, their families, providers of services, and we ensure that the service we provide by no means is discriminatory. It should be high quality and it should be accessible to all who needs it.
Abiose Duncan continued to raise awareness to avoid psychological effect on the individual. The keynote speaker, Deputy Minister of Basic Education, Emi Gogra, appreciated the coalition and the role they are playing in promoting awareness across the country.
I want to appreciate, first of all, the Health Coalition being sponsored by the Christian Blind Mission, who is helping them to carry out all the activities, coupled with the persons with disability. Indeed, your collaborative efforts have promoted a lot of pupils, youths, and adult women who are disabled in the community. You have impacted our schools. I have heard from previous speakers, you have impacted the school structures, building structures and building ramps. In some remotest areas, we still have problems, but you have penetrated there, especially Kambia, leaving Freetown to attend to the needs of the schools in the rural areas.
Minister Gogra said that the theme, connecting systems, structures, and people for inclusive learning, is an alignment with the radical inclusion policy. Watakeru, Chairman Mental Health Coalition, Sierra Leone, gave an overview of the coalition and the role they are playing in promoting inclusiveness of the coalition mandate.
The Mental Health Coalition has been in existence from 2011, initially targeting people with mental health issues, advocating and fighting against stigma and discrimination. As we moved along the line, we see it as a need not only to look at one disability, but also all. Because in most of the cases where there are disabilities, there is some mental challenge.
Other speakers encourage members of the public to embrace persons with disability because disability is not inability. For RTV News, Joseph Ansumana.
This week, Sierra Leone hosted the impactful Mano River Union Network training on amplifying disability inclusion through youth activism, uniting advocates and youth leaders from across the region. Among the attendees was Mary Kebe, the Programs Manager of Secure Her Empowerment for Peace, She for Peace, a Sierra Leonean organization commitment to empowering women and girls and promoting gender equality. Let's hear more of the story. The two-day Mano River Union Network training on amplifying disability inclusion through youth activism gathered regional advocates to strengthen disability inclusion efforts across West Africa. Participants, including Mary Kebe, Programs Manager, engaged in sessions focused on accessibility, availability, affordability, and quality of essential services for individuals with disabilities. The training aimed to equip youth activists with tools to create inclusive environments, especially in underserved communities, fostering practical approaches for making services accessible and affordable. Mary highlighted how She for Peace's mission to empower women and girls with a focus on peace and security aligns with disability inclusion, ensuring all members of society can thrive. This training underscores our commitment to equality, she noted, and reinforces the importance of making inclusion central to every aspect of community development. She for Peace, a dynamic Sierra Leonean non-profit, plays a key role in advancing gender equality and advocating for the rights of women and girls. Kebe's participation in the training underscores the organization's dedication to creating safe, inclusive, and empowering environments that extend to individuals with disabilities. With collaborative discussions and interactive sessions, the training paved the way for a sustainable, inclusive approach across the Mano River Union region. By building capacities and fostering networks, the event concluded with optimism for ongoing partnerships to further disability inclusion and youth-led activism for an empowered, equitable Sierra Leone. For RTV News, Daniel Misali reporting. Now let's relax and go for a short break.
In the name of Jesus,
And yes, if you're just joining, don't forget you're watching Redeemer Television live on channel 25, and this is your program RTV News. You can share with us your views by texting us on the number 079-716-255 or by commenting on our Facebook page RTV. Residents of Upper Tembe Town have taken matters into their own hands, launching a community-led road construction project to repair the deteriorated road stretching from the Tembe Town car park to Upper Tembe Town near Wilberforce Barracks. The poor road conditions have raised serious health and safety concerns, prompting locals to begin construction efforts to improve access and safety in the area. Here's more to the story.
Following the deployable road condition that links between Tembe Town car park and the Upper Tembe Town by Wilberforce Barracks, the Wilberforce Crown Court Tribal Section Chief for the F. Kurumang and the energetic youth of that community had embarked on extensive road construction. Chief for the F. Kurumang had this to say.
My name Chief for the Farah Kurumang, my one Nakrango Senior Section Chief and Nakrango Travel Administrator. I say we constrain Naya as they ask me na road network. And they affect me seriously because we are even we access for road network na barracks with the news. And in Sojaman and a military barrack when then ready and they lock it for we. And we wave them we picking them na did and the news for go na market wave them for wicked. That make us see with the strain for road network. We made the road there for go Wilberforce. It not even far but bad. This downward side they claim the hill for go cemetery. So and from Donya to Tembe Town and that's with the just the manage no handwork will they do completely will contribute money for make that patch road they for we get access for the road bike they come with we and with people there. So if you ask me actually we constrain mostly na road network. We able to get road network here completely okay we go happen over that. Of course like just like I mentioned if you soldier they no allow we for let we get motor car from then pass we total now we hand we go Boston Cemetery go Wilberforce. And that's not can easily be so because but when in terms of where in city we know they get motor car from Barra and if you say then don't pass order then lock it. As we took by hand we go claim in the hill go and the road by then like we so now we not go able now picking the no more than the strain then do that. So we feel as so in the nights like we still there near barracks people then anyway then self now human be then they think of human trail feeding. If that happen, we go now Barra military hospital thinking come help we and collect the woman. But pass we strain with her, then total go with her by hand. Actually, Landy you no could lie with the struggle. What a man they for run here for total by night if you no can go no get much car from the soldier then pass it down now. Of course, happen with we it na hand God say true. But with the strain which are so manage if they give we access now they receive that body they can do today. Sometimes they the body with the good and say we don't lose the life. Really, because of the road network. It's just like I don't say we don't talk this one and then no actually boku time we they report this issue to the government. But really like just like I mentioned, even I know one for talk again because many times when they actually with the key this report we know they see no effort input at all. So the same thing I know more than like I say we know they pay tax. Now yeah, we just we they were a different country. country. We dey feel, we know they feel well at all through by that. See. So anyway, if he like how you they come to me, so you don't confuse me. As I know they talk. See, anytime change. Of course, that make with the report then can report the governments let look to we this area. But let we know say we didn't the city. Actually, we didn't the city, but whose side? We just think better and government up west side road. No, it's very very bad for we if we dey in this.
Moving further, the chairman of the Upper Tembe Town Road Construction, Samuel Tekia, and other vibrant youths of that community had to say this. They ended up calling on philanthropists to come to their aid in order to salvage this situation.
Now, Samuel Tekia and many retired soldiers inside this community. I see the community for so long, where free turn on they exist. This particular community been on deprived of road. We get the access, but order for take the challenges for volunteer for sacrifice for make this road. Nobody not been on there from the colonial master up to now. Nobody not been on they take this venture. And for any community, a Niger road, now a deprived community, now not a community where a time for live. So I see and say, this particular road, this time, I mean not start time 2 years ago. We will not do 50%, I don't have 50%. So this 50% this year by God in power, now that we want for finish. It affects me very greatly because we close by the military, and the military na institution where at any time they can get order. And now they would use mostly for Canada inside our community. Sometimes then they block the gates, then put time 10 o'clock, nobody enough for enter. So if we not make this we on road, it will affect we greatly. It will affect we picking the education, it will affect we self, we need and we need in our community because you forget access for me, even get clean water, even get access food, medical, if somebody die, in fact to get fire accidents, we get so many things where it go involved and I say where they strain for, you see. So if we not get road, all land facility and they will not be able to get them. But as now we they appeal to all stakeholders for all join made and join with me as the chairman and for this road network for made and support me for we make this Tengbeton road from Barrick down to Tengbeton, right down to get access to this community. At now, from the tail we not start out. Formerly we not been get bike not been the run at this community, but now as I speak we get bike and the run now at this community from down Tengbeton to up here. So I believe say that a great move we don't take, and I urge all the authorities, the community for made and support this particular project with the PAM where we succeed to make this road. And I advise all the one where the block we in at the road where they forgive access, where they don't encroach at the road, where they appeal to them for them give way to the community because we they can make the road for all betterment for picking and future, with the appeal to them to make them give way, not to by force, but with the appeal to them. We all our family will not go on to follow, will come make draw between we the community and them. So there are the appeal to all the one there where don't encroach na the road, where them for give way. There please as I use this medium for this medium for talk to them for make them give way to we. This time we are coming very soon. We are coming inside this month. We are coming. Yeah. So and we don't get support from honorable way we say it will donate 100 bags cement. So we then we get to other people in our diaspora where themselves they support we and send the other man send 20 bags. We not say more to come. So they are the big to all stakeholders where them born here, the picking there, the swell of this community where them born here, where them support this particular project, where them support we. Me and the chairman Samuel Ngekia. Anybody who want for help, where they list in this medium, want for help, call me na my line 079-558819. Samuel Ngekia, the chairman, the ward chairman of constituency 128, ward 437, Wilberforce specific.
Well, me na Kome Jabi, Adena Upper Tembe Town. The road facility is very important, but we say who they are so the road not fine, and with the constraining much. It's too much for we with the strain because of some of we na businessman then who they go buy business with the strain, and more especially where people that can get better. We know that the health is very paramount at the community. When a woman then when they get better, when they born, sick people and they when they sick. For we get much for cancer then it's very difficult. So we pray to government for like it is sorry for we let help we for this road facility also because we say road fine. I believe in a day the life go it go simple for we follow we live and but car then go come other machine then go come even bike but like we say we dey also it's not easy. Short distance from Don Street as of car up here pass pay 15 millions new money now for like car up but we get we own chairman then we then they help we as they say right now the road work we dey honor the community don't come together now what would they plan try for make the road facility what would they on the process now but anything way they do they say when they crop it back you back the crop belly so we appeal to government for like help we the road facility so thank you everybody.
Mr. Kemba Pedu, an advisor of the Wisdom Tree. We area declare one the only access we'll get for make we will get building material or food stuff or any other thing and through the barracks and these are the military barracks. So it affects me in that way. So the CEO, Mr. Sasamediga, demand say, don't wait for government. The only way we'll get for Godoya is deplorable. So therefore, him take the venture say, if you get youth man and people that when they go able assist her, they will make the way. And as now they do even as I talk so is at work. And they do the work. Why not finish it? But bike in the car now, must carry in the car. But then they try for make out we go comfortable and the youth man them now the area they always support her. But with no more we have financial assistance. If anybody able, you can see what do they do to get assist the Wisdom Tree family. We the chairman, that's America. Talk with them directly. So please, everybody they see you cannot take up they see now they able go through that town, we not pass inside the bags. We able come on inside town, we can we will not pass through the bag.
For Ridima Media Network, I am Osman Sising reporting.
This week's press briefing held at the Ministry of Energy conference room spotlighted the ambitious plan to revamp Sierra Leone's public sector. Leading the panel discussion were Deputy Minister of Public Administration and Political Affairs, Philip Tetema Tondone, Director of Public Service Reform Unit, Sulaiman Fore Musa, and Public Service Commission Chairman, Kalilu Oba, who outlined key reforms aimed at enhancing efficiency and accountability in public service. Zoom in for more of the story.
In the Ministry of Information and Civic Education weekly press briefing, the topic focused on was revamping the public sector through the master plan. Kalilu Oba, chairman for the Public Service Commission, talked about the role and responsibilities of the Public Service Commission.
Inside the public service now, doing different, even parastatals and public servants. So group everybody together in perspective. Everybody when they pay from the consolidated revenue form now public servants. Like the body, the vehicle where they cry out this thing at the Public Service Commission, where they established in 1948 for historical reasons, for advice the Governor General on all appointments in this republic. But with time, changes that occur, even for advice the president on appointments. But the constitution not still change it too, but we have what we call an executive president. He can use in executive powers to do a lot of things. But there are certain areas still he can advise, seek we advice and we give her. We mandate in all of these, you hear about everybody they practice human resource management, this that body, the body where they really regulate the entire HR management in this country. Now the Public Service Commission we get a mandate from the Constitution. We need to know as Sierra Leoneans will say the Constitution supersedes everything. Some are acts of parliament. Anything where they below the Constitution now ultra virus. That means the Constitution supersedes them. So we own role like constitutional rule. It could only erode in case they change the constitution like we get right now. Constitutional review day in progress as we talk. So we mandate really now for recruits people then across the board. From grade 7, not first term from grade 1 right up to whatever grade once you are a public servant. But because of the workload in 2808, we delegate that duty to the Human Resource Management Office.
He continued that the government is trying its level best in getting closer with its citizens.
Usai, what you concern with right now is about what the government they try for do for revamp the entire public service. The mandate there, how do we go about it? Usai one really go. To a very large extent, the public service don't become a little bit archaic. It not being quite responsive to current needs. So government can fit for say for render service to the people of this country. We need for overhaul this machinery. It's not like vehicle. As they go along, as they old, we need for calibrator, maintenance, and in the same vein, this big vehicle where they carry out all these things, government now say, now we try for calibrator, now they call revamping of this entire public service for quality service delivery to the people of Sierra Leone.
He ended by saying the Public Service Commission is a strong commission and supersedes all human resource operations.
A total statement what I want to make here is that any nation where in public service not correct, service delivery don't go for the people then better nobody. So government they try for belong to the current needs of the people. The 21st century say public service to the people should be okay, should be 100%. Now they tie up to even where the deputy minister they talk about wages and compensation. In most areas, we all belong to the same umbrella, we call ourselves public servants. But with condition of service not to the same. So government also think and fit say, let me bring something we go try address this anomaly. Because anomaly, we will do recruitment. Today we will take administrative officer, grade 7. We take accountant, grade 7. But the salary is not the same. The accountant is paid more than the administrators, and they have the same first degrees. In isolation again, you know that department, you see somebody grade 7, then they pay and pass the grade 9 man in the other area. All these are lapses where they affect incentive for that they deliver service to the people of this country. So this lead government for form what they call the Wages and Compensation Commission. Then they can address that irregularity. We call that irregularity. People of the same grade, same qualification, render the same service for getting the same grade. But all that here then they do in isolation. Certain ministry they do a little bit, the other do a little bit. So they put all our pot, we drive the process.
For RTV News, Daniel Success Kamara.
In an effort to support and expand Sierra Leone's informal sector, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Alpha Ibrahim Cissé, has announced new initiatives during the weekly government press conference. He outlined the ministry's commitment to formalizing the informal sector, aiming to enhance financial support and training access for businesses operating outside the formal economy. This initiative is expected to provide a structured pathway for informal businesses to grow sustainably while benefiting from government and partner support. Let's stay back for more of the story. Minister Cissé highlighted that the informal sector, which comprises a significant portion of Sierra Leone's economy, is largely unregulated, limiting access to critical resources such as financial services, training, and infrastructure. By bringing informal businesses into a formalized structure, the ministry aims to facilitate growth, create jobs, and stimulate the national economy. Formalizing this sector will not only empower small business owners but also contribute to Sierra Leone's overall economic development, he stated. As part of this initiative, the minister also unveiled plans for the construction of a mega market in Bobo, located around the Freetown Peninsula. This facility is intended to serve as a centralized marketplace that can accommodate a wide range of vendors, improve accessibility to goods, and provide enhanced infrastructure for traders who currently operate under less secure conditions. According to Minister Cissé, the The Bobo Mega Market will offer a more organized and safer environment for traders and consumers alike. The new market will include amenities and spaces specifically designed to improve trading conditions and reduce congestion in smaller markets across the capital. We're looking to build a marketplace that meets the needs of today's traders while promoting orderly and safe business activities. This project is not only about infrastructure, it is about creating a space where traders can thrive and customers can shop comfortably, he added. The formalization program will also focus on providing training and financial access to small business owners, particularly women who make up a large percentage of the informal sector workforce. Minister Cisse acknowledged that many entrepreneurs in the informal sector lack access to essential business skills and resources. The ministry, in collaboration with financial institutions and development partners, intends to provide business training, financial literacy programs, and access to affordable loans. These efforts are aimed at enhancing productivity and competitiveness within the sector. Minister Cisse called on informal sector participants to take advantage of the upcoming program and assured them that the government is committed to creating an inclusive economic environment that fosters growth. The initiative is part of the ministry's broader strategy to drive sustainable development in line with Sierra Leone's National Development Plan. The Ministry of Trade and Industry is expected to roll out detailed plan and timeliness for these initiatives in the coming weeks, including the groundwork for the Bobo Mega Market and criteria for participation in the formalization program. The minister concluded by emphasizing the importance of collective actions from both the public and private sectors to achieve the vision of a resilient and inclusive economy for Sierra Leone. Daniel Misale reporting for RTV News. Before we end the program for today, let's take a quick look back at what happened on this day in history. On this day, November 8, 1997, ECOMOG Force Commander Major General Victor Malu expressed his readiness to meet with the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council AFRC leaders anywhere to discuss the implementation of the Conakry Peace Accord. Malu, speaking to the Voice of America, emphasized his willingness to travel to Freetown or any other location to facilitate the peace process, underscoring ECOMOG's commitment to restoring stability in Sierra Leone. In a simultaneous move to reinforce the peace accord's terms, Malu issued a strict ultimatum to two ships, the MV Sky and the MV Mercury, located in Sierra Leonean waters. He ordered them to vacate immediately or risk facing ECOMOG's full action. This demand was part of ECOMOG's strategy to enforce the economic embargo against the AFRC regime, aimed at pressuring the junta to honor the commitments of the peace agreement. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of RTV News, coming to you live from Redeemer Television on Channel 25 and streaming live on our Facebook page, Redeemer Television. In case you missed any part of the broadcast, you can catch the repeat broadcast from 11:30 to 12 noon. And as well, you can join us for our weekly reviews every week. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to our social media platforms, Redeemer Television. Once again, I'm Daniel Sawyer Misali. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of RTV News. Stay tuned. Have a blissful weekend.